Live chats. My name's Jack, and this is a new segment that I'm super excited to announce, guys. It's a Prepare Like a Pro Live Chats Sunday show. What you can expect on this show is we will be discussing all things around the week that's just passed in terms of our live chats, as well as upcoming podcast episodes. So thank you so much for tuning in. This is a brand new segment, and I'm super excited to announce we'll be streaming on all our socials. So this will be every Sunday at 6 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. You can join us via any of the social platforms or any device. You can watch from your smart TV, mobile phone, iPad, or just your normal phone. I'll be discussing upcoming guests for the podcast, recent blog posts, and a sneak peek for tomorrow's podcast drop. Any upcoming giveaways, we do a monthly giveaway for those that are new to joining Prepare Like a Pro. And of course, answering any questions that you send my way. So stay tuned right to the end as well, as we have a giveaway for those that participate in this live event. So if you're watching, make sure you watch right to the end. So let's dive into it, Prepare Like a Pro friends. If you have a question, hit us in the question button on this chats platform, and I'll be sure to get back to you as soon as I can. We'll do a Q&A in 5 or 10 minutes. So quick debrief, we had Jay Ellis, the Melbourne United strength and conditioning coach. Couple of things that I took away from it was the importance of knowing yourself. So for the strength and conditioning coaches listening in, he mentioned that someone asked him, what makes you angry? So that's an important thing to be aware of. How important it is to work in many other sports and not just focus on one sport. So Jay worked in the VFL, AFL, American football, NBL. And then the third one that I took away from Jay's chat was take on as many roles as possible. So he worked at Catapult in sports science, which led him to working in America, strength and conditioning, rehabilitation, and they all set him up for the work that he's now doing with Melbourne United. So really important to expose yourself to heaps of different platforms as a strength and conditioning coach. I'm just now going to play you guys a quick little video for those that are new to Prepare Like a Pro, so you can get a bit of an idea of what we do. So here's our brand story. Stay tuned.
Hi, my name is Jack McLean and I'm the founder of Prepare Like a Pro. Growing up, I loved playing cricket and football and had a strong passion for helping others. Over the past 11 years working in the industry, I've been lucky enough to have worked alongside Sean Murphy, the head strength and conditioning coach at Essendon, Luke Boyd, physical performance manager at Hawthorn, and interned under Andrew Russell, high performance director at Carlton.
Awesome, guys. So that's a quick little snapshot about what we do at Prepare Like a Pro. If you want to work with one of our AFL strength and conditioning coaches, be sure to check out our website. The link is in our bio on all our socials. And really looking forward to having a big off season in the football sector. So make sure to stay tuned. If you're a developing footballer looking for a strength and conditioning coach, hit us up and we'll hook you up with an awesome program and make sure that you've got a good coach in your corner. All right, we're now going to move on to tomorrow's podcast. So for those that are subscribers to our YouTube channel, you'll know that Tim Schleiger is tomorrow's podcast for the episode 53. Tim has a huge love for soccer and how he worked his ass off when he was an athlete to be as fit as possible to give himself a competitive advantage. That led into his strength and conditioning journey. He believes sport is a story and the importance of athletes understanding their sports story, which doesn't have to be their identity. So that's really important to separate yourself from the athlete to the person. And then we also discuss the importance of developing resilience in athletes to compete in the elite level. This is something that he's seeing with younger athletes and that can be really important at high performance, particularly consistency in your sport is building resilience, mental and physical. Tim explains the hunger index and why he believes in why it's so important in detecting talent and what it takes in elite sport, and why technique is so important for developing athletes, not just footballers, but athletes in general, and methods to best enhance an athlete's physical preparation. So to watch that full episode, guys, you can head to our YouTube channel where the podcast is live, or of course, subscribe to our iTunes account or follow our Spotify account, and you'll be able to be notified when that goes live tomorrow to listen to the audio. So really, really good chat, guys. We discussed heaps more topics, not just the ones I highlighted. So really suggest checking out that conversation. For those that are in our academy, this is a new subscription-based platform that's powered by Patreon, and you have the opportunity to jump on all our live events like this one, but also, more importantly, the live podcast events as well to ask the guests questions. So if you're interested in the Prepare Like a Pro Academy, stay tuned and watch this quick little video about how the academy works.
Hi, I'm Jack McLean, an AFL football strength and conditioning coach, and I want to introduce you to the Prepare Like a Pro Academy. Our academy is a subscription-based platform where you can sign up to be a part of our community. If you get to the end of each episode of the podcast and are hungry for more, this is for you. Designed for aspiring AFL athletes and staff, you'll receive heaps of bonus weekly content, learn who the guests are in advance, and submit questions. Access to our Facebook group with Jack and other Prepare Like a Pro coaches. You'll be able to receive merchandise, program discounts and freebies, and get free access to our live events, exercise technique database, and much more. This is a great way for you to support the podcast, and it helps me with production and release of epic content for you guys each week. Your contribution goes a long way in making the Prepare Like a Pro community possible. For a small monthly fee, you'll have access to all of the special content released on our Academy forums. There's no lock-in and you can cancel absolutely anytime.
So that's our Academy platform. If you're interested to join our Academy, I'm giving away a free coaching or mentoring session. So coaching for the athletes or mentor session for developing strength and conditioning coaches. So if that interests you guys, make sure to head over to preparelikeapro.com. We have an Academy page and all the details are there. And for a small weekly fee, we've got one that's $10 a month and the other one that's $20. So super small contribution, helps us with the production of the podcast, but also gives you plenty of products and discounts on our services. So highly recommend that new service that we've just launched. As for this week, guys, we've got a couple of massive guests on the podcast. So for tomorrow night, we've got Emily Meehan, who's the head sports dietitian at Collingwood Football Club. So you definitely won't want to miss that chat. We'll be tuning in at 8 p.m. live on all our social platforms, so you can catch the conversation there. Really looking forward to this chat. Emily's worked at Collingwood for a number of years now, and she's got heaps of valuable experience and no doubt some awesome stories for developing footballers, but also those working in the industry of elite sport to learn from. So I'm sure she's learned heaps over the last 8 seasons working at the Pies. And I'm really looking forward to this chat. Before working for Collingwood, she also worked with the Malaysian cycling team and completed her PhD on nutrition and high performance sport. So massive chat penciling tomorrow night with Emily Meehan on the Prepare Like a Pro social platforms. As for Wednesday, we have Stephen Gravina. He's the physio at the West Coast Eagles. And he's been there for the last 7-8 years now. This is his 8th season. Before working there, he worked in Body Clinic as a physiotherapist. I was lucky enough to meet Steve at the gym that I work at called Edge Training, located in Paran. We hosted West Coast. We're lucky enough to host West Coast for a couple of sessions. They used our facility while they were hubbing in Melbourne. So really enjoyed the chat, brief chat I had with Steve while he was in Melbourne. And particularly around things like using gymnastics with the guys that typically put on muscle really easily. They're using, and particularly Steve has been running a gymnastics-based program, more bodyweight-based, for those that want to maintain their trunk strength without putting on too much weight. So for both Emily on Monday night and Steve, they're leaders in the field. If you want to make the most of this resource, message us on our Instagram. We'll post 24 hours prior, so I'll post Emily's one tonight where you can send through your questions and I'll be sure to enter those questions in. And if you're thinking about being a Academy subscriber on our Patreon platform, you can join those chats. We have 4 Academy athletes or coaches joining in on those chats live, so you'll be able to ask your own questions directly to the guest. And it's a special segment that we record and put on the Patreon platform. So if you want to tune in and ask your question to the guest yourself, then head to our Prepare Like a Pro Academy page. Last piece, guys, we're just going to wrap it up around this week. So bear with me if you've got any questions around this week or anything that we're doing for the podcast, the programs that we have. Feel free to direct message them. I'm happy to answer your questions. And to make sure that you catch tomorrow's podcast episode and the episode 53 with Tim Schlager, remember to follow our Spotify or subscribe to the iTunes account. And if you want to get a free strength and conditioning program for 4 weeks, all you need to do is follow the podcast, leave a descriptive review on iTunes or Google, and share a screenshot of that review on your Instagram story. Remember to tag Prepare Like a Pro, and I'll be in touch with that 4-week program that's on offer. Okay, so that's exclusive for the guys listening into this chat. Make sure to screenshot your review, post it on your Instagram story, and tag Prepare Like a Pro so I'm notified and I can give you that prize. Okay, so really looking forward to tomorrow night's chat with Emily and Wednesday's live chat with Steve. They're both at 8 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you tune in, guys. If you've got any questions, hit us up. Thanks.